Hong Kong experiences its driest January day in 4 decades. Legco has a new president. Hello and welcome to TVB News. I'm Melissa Hekalea. The cold weather warning and frost warning are now in force. Today's relative humidity plummeted to 17%, hitting a record January low that has stood for over 40 years. A low temperature of 11.8 degrees Celsius was also recorded this morning, which is slightly higher than yesterday. Samantha Lee reports.
At Tai Mo Shan, the city's highest mountain, the mercury dipped to 3.3 degrees this morning. Despite the cold, some residents decided to trek up the peak in the early hours of the day. Mr. Law said he is used to going hiking in chilly weather, but he could not see much frost. With the winter monsoon in effect, the relative humidity dropped to 17% at 4 p.m., the lowest level ever recorded for January, since the automatic weather station was set up at the observatory's headquarters in 1984. My lips are chapped. My eyes also feel so dry. So do my arms and heels, said this man. He added he will apply body cream to keep his skin moist after shower. Dr. Kingsley Chan, a dermatologist, saw 20 to 30% more patients visiting his clinic recently. He noted that when the skin becomes overly dry, its protective barrier is compromised, reducing its ability to retain moisture, which may lead to skin conditions. The weather forecaster estimated that the temperatures will go up marginally this weekend. Samantha Lee, TVB News.
Starry Lee from the DAB party has been elected president of the 8th Legislative Council after beating opponent Ronick Chan by a 47-42 vote. Lee said she will prioritize her work in the city's legislature and will no longer participate in DAB meetings, adding that she will promptly arrange the first Legco meeting to follow up on the post-fire work at Wang Fuk Court next Wednesday. Timothy Lee has more.
The race for the 8th Legco presidency saw veteran lawmaker Starry Lee from the DAB party up against finance sector lawmaker Ronick Chan. The pair introduced themselves and their manifesto at a special forum held by the lawmaking body today.
I have not chaired any Legco Council meetings, but I took part in the work of the rules of procedures in the 6th term. And over the past 3 years, I had accumulated experience in the work of the Legco Commission. In the face of complex international landscape as well as geopolitical tensions, we need to have someone who can firmly cope with different challenges and changes to be the Legco president.
All members of the lawmaking body were present, except for the election committee's Hui Simon Lee. A total of 21 lawmakers asked the candidates questions.
For issues that involve the overall interests of the public as well as matters that are of the concern of the public, I think there could be urgent questions. If there aren't any urgent questions from members, the public may be of the view that the government would not like to reply. From the SAR's government's perspectives, the government may be of the view that there are other platforms available for them to respond to the matter to the public. The consideration of the executive would not be my top priority. This is because it is a matter of the Legco to consider whether it is an urgent matter.
Some lawmakers also questioned how the candidates would maintain their neutrality while belonging to certain parties or sectors. Lee, a member of the DAB party, said she will no longer be involved in any of her party's meetings, including matters pertaining to policies. While Chan stressed he will serve as a bridge among the 90 lawmakers. This is Lee, a member of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress, was asked by lawmaker Chung Ki-fung whether her role as Legco president would take precedence over her NPC role. She emphasized that leading the legislature will be her top priority, adding that she will focus on Legco matters as long as she is supported by the central government. Participating lawmakers then casted their votes anonymously, with both candidates being neck and neck for much of the race.
I now declare Dr. Starry Lee elected as the president of the Legislative Council.
Securing a total of 47 votes, Starry Lee won the presidential seat, beating Ronick Chan by just a narrow 5 votes. Speaking to the press after her victory, Lee said she hopes to unite the entire legislature even if not all voted for her. Meanwhile, the new Legco president noted the lawmaking body will speed up efforts to handle the post-fire work at Wangfu Court, with the first meeting set to take place next Wednesday. Timothy Lee, TVB News.
Denmark and Greenland are seeking a meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio after the Trump administration doubled down on its intention to take over the strategic island. House Democrats roundly condemned the suggestion, with many saying Washington is ignoring international law and eroding global relationships. Even some Republican lawmakers find the threats damaging and wrong. Back on the island itself, Greenlanders say they're not products to be sold, while some Greenlandic lawmakers believe it's time to explore the option of independence. This hotel owner says his family is exploring a move by some family members to Denmark if the U.S. forcibly takes control of the Danish possession.
Talking about that, what are we going to do if something happens?
Still ahead, U.S. ICE agents shoot at a woman in Minneapolis. And Hong Kong tech startups gain plenty of attention in Las Vegas's CES trade show. Welcome back. A U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officer shot and killed a female motorist during the Trump administration's latest immigration crackdown in Minneapolis City. Federal officials say the shooting was an act of self-defense, but the city's mayor described it as reckless and unnecessary. The woman was shot in front of a family member during a traffic stop.
Just shot at somebody. This car crashed.
An ICE agent tries to keep people away from the vehicle. An officer is seen giving CPR to someone on the ground. Earlier, panic took over as the vehicle crashed into 2 others after an officer took 2 shots at point-blank range. An agent had tried to open the door before the driver sped away, prompting the shooting. Angry Minneapolis residents hurled expletives at the agents. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem described the incident as an act of domestic terrorism.
I want to start out by addressing the loss of life that we saw here in Minneapolis today. Any loss of life is a tragedy, and I think all of us can agree that in this situation it was preventable. ICE agents repeatedly ordered her to get out of the car and to stop obstructing law enforcement, but she refused to obey their commands. She then proceeded to weaponize her vehicle, and she attempted to run a law enforcement officer over. This appears as an attempt to kill or to cause bodily harm to agents, an act of domestic terrorism.
We will not put up with ICE. Crowds later gathered in Minneapolis as they protested and held a vigil for the woman. The 37-year-old was shot in the head in front of a family member in a snowy residential neighborhood, just a few blocks from some of the oldest immigrant markets and about a mile from where George Floyd was killed by police in 2020. By evening, hundreds turned up to mourn her death and urged the public to resist immigration enforcers. Nazri Karim, TVB News.
Starting Saturday, January 25th, passengers on public transport must buckle up if seat belts are available. Even tour bus guides and school bus monitors are not exempted. The police say their priority will be on promoting awareness during the early stage of implementation, while prosecutions will depend on the circumstances of each case. Samantha Lee reports.
Sit down and buckle up. Passengers aboard buses, minibuses, goods vehicles, and special purpose vehicles are required to fasten seatbelts from 25th of this month. Those who fail to do so could face a fine of up to $5,000 and imprisonment for 3 months. But what if a seatbelt is faulty? Alex L., Assistant Commissioner for Transport Technical Services, said passengers should report the issue to the driver and relocate to another seat if feasible. He added they can explain the situation to the enforcement officers. The safety regulation also covers school bus nannies, who are responsible for protecting the children on board. Nannies should wear a seatbelt before departure and assist the children only when the vehicle is completely stopped, said Chong Kam Yan, Chief Inspector of Police. The same principle also applies to tour guides, who will have to sit down and put on a seatbelt when the coach is moving. While the police did not reveal if they will deploy undercover officers to catch offenders on public transport, they said the enforcement operation will be based on daily observation or public tips.
Our ultimate goal is to cultivate a self-initiated habit and safety culture regarding seatbelt usage and attentive driving, hereby reducing traffic accidents as well as casualties and enhancing overall road safety.
Also from January 25th onwards, drivers will be banned from placing in their cars more than 2 mobile telecommunication devices, such as phones or tablets. The diagonal length of each screen shall not exceed 19 centimeters. The 2 devices must not obstruct the driver's view of the road, as well as any mirror fitted to viewing the traffic. Violators are liable to a maximum fine of $2,000. Are professional drivers happy about it?
Mr.
Guan said he needs at least 3 gadgets to pick up orders from various ride-hailing applications. He thinks he may earn less with only 2 devices. This resident who backs the law said multitaskers who drive while tracking numerous phones are bad for road safety. The authorities will work with public transport operators to step up publicity and public education for drivers and passengers on the legal requirements. Samantha Lee, TVB News.
Hong Kong Science and Technology Parks Corporation, together with the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, is leading the largest ever delegation to participate in the annual Consumer Electronics Show, or CES, in Las Vegas in the U.S., helping high-potential startups break into overseas markets. Here is Timothy Lee with more.
This handheld fatty liver screening device only needs to be scanned over the abdomen, and it will display the user's liver condition in 4 levels, from normal to severe. According to its developer, it has an AI-guided function that allows members of the public without ultrasound knowledge to quickly locate the liver and get results in 10 seconds. This health tech company, headquartered in the Science Park, brought its product to CES and won an Innovation Award. Visitors at the show tried it out and made inquiries on the spot. CES is regarded as one of the most influential global tech events. This year, nearly 4,000 companies are exhibiting, about a quarter of which are from mainland China. The Science Park and the Trade Development Council are leading 61 Hong Kong startups to CES, the largest contingent ever. At the Hong Kong Pavilion, showcase projects from artificial intelligence and robotics to health technology and sustainability. Science Park CEO Terry Wong said the large Hong Kong contingent shows that Hong Kong tech companies' products are increasingly aligned with market needs, making them easier to adopt and launch. It also shows that Hong Kong's INT ecosystem is maturing, and many companies now have the potential to enter international markets. Timothy Lee, TVB News.
That's the news. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.